Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So I've got XRP up here on the daily, and you guys can see, we're still kind of hovering in this level. We're at the mercy of Bitcoin right now. XRP is trading at about 47 cents, right in and around here. And I mean, we've been through a wild ride, okay, already for XRP, despite the fact that, in a lot of respects, this bull run hasn't even started for altcoins. And what I mean by that is, first we saw, XRP move its way up during that first burst, that altcoin push back in late November. Of course, it was meandering, and then the SEC news brought it right down, which, a lot may say is a black swan event, an anomaly, broke down the price structure. Then we had that pump group, right, that brought the price right back up again. XRP descended from there, made a higher low, then it tried to move back up, and now Bitcoin is in a correction phase, so XRP is following that and coming back down again. So this is kind of strange in a lot of ways, because a lot of these, a lot of the events that have been shaping XRP price are not natural organic events, I guess. In a lot of respects. And so we look at this chart and we think to ourselves, this is such a huge anomaly. I don't even know why I pay attention to this on the day by day. I mean, when we zoom out, we can look at fractals and price structure and kind of gauge where XRP can go from there. But this mess, why bother looking at it? Well, guys, later in this video, I'm going to show you something very interesting. And yes, it is a similar pattern back from November 2013 that actually mimics what's happening right now. Quite accurately. And so there's good news and bad news, of course. The bad news is that we might actually come back down and sit in around the 20s, find support down there before XRP shoots back up. And I know we've been talking about that $2.35, $2.40 price range. So there is a fractal pattern that could suggest this. What is the narrative behind this? So first, let's talk a little bit about the entire crypto market. Peter Brandt here has been talking a little bit on Twitter about Bitcoin and XRP. So this brought to us by MACKATTACKXRP. Popular crypto trader and market analyst Peter Brandt has provided his opinion on the recent price dip for crypto assets, including an outlook for XRP. First, though, he talks about Bitcoin. And so this is a Monday tweet when we were just starting to get this pullback. Brandt speculated that Bitcoin's recent price correlation could be the extent of the market pullback. Brandt also noted that Bitcoin's average price decreased by 30% or more in corrections during 2015 to 2017. So this is what I've been saying about Bitcoin. A 45% correction even is not out of the cards. And we've been looking at Bitcoin to kind of gauge where the market is going potentially. And this is what we have for Bitcoin right now. Okay, this is Bitcoin on the hourly. What Peter Brandt says is that with that 30% correction, this would put Bitcoin at a retrace price of about $37,900. The veteran trader called January's high of $42,000 a logical spot to buy the dip. So what he is suggesting is that high, that $42,000 high, which would bring us all the way back here. Okay, I'm just going to put a horizontal line there just to show you guys that former high after we saw that correction back in January, right before Bitcoin did this and then pop back up. $42,000, that is a likely spot for Bitcoin to correct to buy the dip at that price point. Okay, so right now Bitcoin is currently trading at about $50,000, but he's saying that $42,000 mark, so old resistance becomes new support, that would be a good spot to perhaps buy the dip. That would make it a 28.17% correction. Brandt was positive on the price pullback, saying that it could make the market healthy again and was getting rid of late FOMO buyers. So here's the tweet. A 10% correction has been met. And again, this was back from Monday. A 20% correction would be $46,693. A 30% correction in and around $40,800. A 35% correction, an average of 35 plus corrections in 2015 to 2017 trend, would be $37,900. And the January high was roughly $42,000. So this would be a logical spot to buy. Basically what he's saying is, the late FOMO buyers, they need to be ridded of the market. And so this is essentially what the market is trying to do, try to shake out these late buyers who FOMO'd into Bitcoin, who kind of have no clue what they're doing. Hopefully, at least according to Peter Brandt, this will shake them out of the market, and then that will make for a healthy market. market, and then the rebound, and then we could keep seeing Bitcoin soar. We've talked on this channel before about dips and how 40%, 45%, not unlikely, and we're starting to see this as time goes on, and altcoins are going to definitely be affected by this as well. I also saw this from Ant1 here on Twitter. XRP gears up for volatility, bulls prime buy. So this article here also talking about what Peter Brandt's expectations for the market, but here he talks a little bit about XRP. So according to the 40-year trading veteran Peter Brandt, XRP seems to have developed an inverse head and shoulders pattern on its 12-hour chart. The cryptocurrency is currently forming the right shoulder of the bullish formation, but has the potential to break out, as this is one of the most reliable trend reversal patterns. Although Brandt said that he does not trade OTC securities, so a bit of shade casted towards XRP in this tweet. He emphasized that XRP would be of interest if he did invest. And so here's what he had to say. I brought up the tweet here. I do not trade OTC securities. If I did trade such securities, XRP would be of interest. Inverted head and shoulders contingent upon pattern completion. Cryptic MJ down here saying, Mr. Brandt, if I read between the lines, you said XRP is a security, not a currency, asking for a friend. Appreciate your opinions and enormous value you bring every day. And Santiago Velez just calls him out on it. This is code for, guys, I don't want to offend my BTC following, but if you're pragmatic like me and trade what's presented to you, this is a heck of a trade. Wink, wink. Message received, Peter Brandt. So thank you so much, Santiago, for mentioning that. Peter Brandt does have a BTC following, and so he has become quite tribal over the years. I found that near the beginning, he was a lot more friendly towards XRP, if I'm not mistaken. And by the beginning, I mean a few years ago when I first started delving into this subject matter. And as the years went on, he's become a lot more negative to XRP, even though it does present a great trading opportunity, as he mentions here. So ultimately, though, despite what he thinks about XRP personally, the trading opportunity is here. And what he is showing us, guys, is this. So let me bring up the XRP chart again here. I'll put it on the daily to show you guys what Peter Brandt is looking at here. And so let me just bring up a trend line here. This is what he's looking at. Trend line going right across here. The inverted head and shoulders prime for a breakout. Okay, on this chart, it's a little more tilted, but you guys can get the gist of that, okay? The inverted head and shoulders prime for a breakout. And so what do we see? We see the down, the deeper cut, the back up, and then sure enough, break up to the upside. But what if Peter Brandt is wrong? What if this actually comes right back down in and around this area here before we break up to the upside? And I know it's not a popular opinion, but it could happen, guys. And the reason I say that is because I was sent this by Mr. Miller here on Twitter. And, he's been looking at old fractal patterns for XRP, and he's found some interesting gems here. So, guys, if you're not following Mr. Miller here on Twitter, I suggest you do. He does provide some good insight, some interesting insight with regards to historical fractal patterns. And so he sent me this one. This one is back from November 2013. So I did a video with regards to a crashing structure and another fractal pattern that he sent me. I'll see if I can link it up here in the top right-hand corner. But this is something completely different. So this is the November 2013 fractal, and he's seeing a similarity in today's XRP chart. So on the left-hand side, we have today's chart, and on the right-hand side, the November 2013 fractal pattern. As you guys can see here, this would suggest that perhaps we could base back in this 20-cent range before shooting all the way up. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you what he is seeing here and kind of take a look at it in more detail. So let's zoom in here, and he was talking about this pattern here. This would be from November 2013, give or take. So let's take it from there, bring it all the way over here, and let's see what we've got. So let's drag it all the way over here. All right, to present day. Of course, this is many years in the past, but if we take a look at this, we bring it over here, and we can see the similarities of this fractal pattern, this inverted head and shoulders, to what we're currently seeing today. Now, if I zoom in a little bit, you guys can see the similarities here, right? And even if I stretch it out, because I mean, time is always a very difficult thing to gauge when it comes to these patterns. But you guys can see, I'll just put it even side by side. You guys can see the similarities here. We have that sharp dip down here that we saw for XRP, which would be denoted here. Buyers finding a deal, but sellers ultimately prevail, creating that inverted head part here. We're seeing that there. Of course, the rally back up and then forming the second shoulder. So the rally back up, forming the second shoulder, which would be here. Okay, if you guys can see that. And then a sharp spike up, followed by this next unprecedented move down. And again, on the left-hand side is today, and this is obviously the fractal from 2013. And look at what's happening here, though. Instead of stopping here and continuing the upward momentum, what we're seeing here in November 2013 is actually a continuation, so a decline right back down to this support level. So ultimately what we would see is instead of this, we would get rid of that and we would move to the downside, right? Which would bring us back in and around that 22-cent level. Now this is looking very messy on the chart. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear this, grab this fractal again, okay, and superimpose it right here on the chart to give you guys a sense, though, of where this could ultimately go, even if we do hit this level down here, this 22-cent range, which I know isn't the greatest for XRP hodlers, but guys, after that, look at where XRP went. So let me throw on that Fibonacci one more time. So here's the Fibonacci retracement. And of course, ultimately what we're eyeing here, let me just put that on there. Ultimately, what we are eyeing here is that that rally upward, okay, past the $2 mark or the $1.95 mark, which would bring us to essentially this price point here, the 0.618 level. And I know we've talked about this level before, and I know this fractal doesn't reach that specifically, but that would be the next target, right up there. Here, let me put a price label up there. That would be where we would need to reach next. So does this November 2013 fractal suggest possible XRP movement to come? Could we see 22 cents again before we see $2.40? Considering BTC is breaking down right now, and you know, some people suggesting that a 40-45% correction not out of the cards, it could bring Bitcoin you know, to the high 20s, $29,000. So what would that mean for XRP and other altcoins? You got to look at this market as an entire picture. So you know, here's just another potential situation that we could find ourselves in. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel. Oh yeah, I'm giving away 2 ledgers, guys, a Ledger Nano S and an X, but we need to reach 70,000 subscribers by March 31st. We're doing great, but please subscribe now if you guys want to be eligible. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.